My name's Professor David Whiteman. I'm from the QIMR Berghofer Medical Research Institute in Brisbane. And I am very, very grateful to the people of Tara and the Western Downs community for inviting me to take part in your Australia Day celebrations. Before I go further, I would like to acknowledge the Mayor and the councillors and the distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the Western Downs community. And particularly on Australia Day, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which you gather and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Because indeed, today we're celebrating this great country of Australia, a community of over 65,000 years of history in this wonderful sunburned land that we call home. So it's appropriate today to acknowledge the history of this great land and the many different peoples who contribute to the country that we call home. We respect and listen to the stories of other people, and we acknowledge that this is not an easy place in which to live. Australia throws up many challenges. The last 2 years we've weathered the global pandemic, but as you well know in your communities, the cycle of droughts and fires and then flooding rains are all too frequent in this land. And you know, even in the southeast corner of Queensland and extending up to the Downs, we've had long droughts recently, followed by flooding rain. So the great thing about Australia is that we join together. We're a resilient community, a resilient people, and we help each other. We help our mates, we help our family, we help our neighbours, and we dig in and help our community. And I think all of us acknowledge on this day today just what that means and what it means to be Australian. And I'm very proud to call myself an Australian. The organisers asked me to say a few quick words about my story, because Australia Day, we share our stories. I'm a Brisbane boy, grew up in Brisbane, went to school in Brisbane, went to medical school in Brisbane, graduated as a young doctor, and pretty quickly realised that I was never going to be a surgeon, and that I didn't really have a head for remembering long drug names. But my particular skill, my passion, was understanding how diseases work. And so I went into a research career. I went overseas for quite a few years and spent time in Oxford in the UK. But I realised, my wife and I realised, that we wanted to raise our kids in Australia. We wanted to come back here. And I also recognised that I could do my research here as well as any place in the world. The facilities, the institutions, the universities here are absolutely world-class. So I was more than happy to return to Australia, and it's been my home for the last 20 years. And the work I do competes with anything that happens globally. So Australia is a land of wonderful opportunities. It's a land of pioneers, of, in my field, medical researchers of Nobel Prize winning stature. So it's a wonderful place to be, and every day I reflect on that, and I'm really proud and pleased that I live in this wonderful country. I would love to be there in Tara, sharing my story and certainly hearing your stories. Unfortunately, the pandemic has intervened and overturned everything, as it has so often in the past 2 years. But I'm really hoping that we will celebrate again in 2023 after celebrating a wonderful 2022. And I hope that I can join you again at a future point. But until then, I hope you'll join me in recognising this great country, giving thanks for this wonderful community, and hearing the stories of our friends and neighbours and community. I wish you all the very, very best for Australia Day. Thank you.